is the Valley Today.
Well, let the cleanup begin. Street crews, contractors, and homeowners alike grabbing their gear and heading out to clear away what this week's winter storm dropped on us all.
Yeah, that's right. When you head out for work or school this morning, if you have to, you're likely to see some improved conditions from yesterday. We're fanning out across the FM Metro this morning to give you a look at those current conditions. But right now, we want to get a check with our weather expert, meteorologist Lisa Green, on what we can expect as we head into this fourth First Alert Weather Day in a row. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, we are still dealing with hazards out there. A blizzard warning has been extended now until 6 o'clock tonight, and that includes some of our counties in the west, Jamestown and the Stutsman County area, back through Edgeley and Ellendale, Ransom County, Sargent County, Barnes, including Valley City, of course, back up through Cooperstown and right up to Devil's Lake under this blizzard warning in pink until 6 o'clock again. This is where we've got some of our stronger winds still going and the possibility for that ongoing blizzard condition to be affecting us during this time. And that stretches westward through the rest of the state. Winter weather advisory in effect until 6 p.m. as well for Grand Forks, Fargo. Still getting some light snow, combining that with some wind, and that is leading to those low visibilities from time to time, but it may not be as consistently low as what we're seeing in some of our western communities. So here's a look at the snow going on right now. You can see it's still scattered. We still have a large area of scattered snow in the eastern Dakotas and stretching beyond that, and then a few pockets here where we've got some snow showers dropping in out of the northeast at this point into Minnesota as well. So everybody has the potential for picking up a little bit more light snow, and then there'll be some breaks in between. Again, Cooperstown seeing some back up into Nelson County. Looks like Crookston's got a good little band that's been moving through here in western parts of Polk County. Cass, south of Castleton, seeing some of that snow right along Highway 18, especially west of the highway, and then back over again to Crookston, and then other parts of Minnesota, Thief River Falls, some spotty areas of snow. Mix in a little bit of wind with that, and we still have low visibility. We still have some drifting, especially in these areas where we've got gusts well into the 30s. A gust of 37 in Jamestown, 33 in Devil's Lake, Langdon, Oaks, all checking in with 30+ mile-per-hour wind gusts. And that's going to lead to those low visibility reports here. Our lowest right now is in Gwinner at a half-mile visibility. Also Oaks and Carrington reporting less than a mile visibility there too. So again, right in that area where we still have that blizzard warning in effect is where we're seeing some of our worst conditions here for folks traveling. Plow right there moving across I-94 in our live view here in Fargo. Working to keep that road clear, but we're still adding more snow to the mix today. We've got chances for snow through the rest of the day, and temperatures that once again will continue sliding further and further below freezing back into the teens by the time we get into tonight. Northwesterly winds don't really ease up until overnight, so this is going to be an ongoing situation for us throughout the day today. And again, First Alert Weather Day to cover that. Now, I just want to give you a heads up for what's to come later. We have a winter storm rather ending here by the end of the week and into the weekend, Tuesday into Thursday. We are talking about cold conditions that are going to be affecting us, Arctic air taking over, and this is going to be a First Alert Weather Day stretch for next week. So just a different situation, but same problems with the winter weather affecting us here. So again, conditions are going to be tough. We get a break in between just in time for the weekend. More details on that to come.
All right, as we know, we're already off to a cooler start on our Friday already. Those big changes in store. Thank you, Lisa. All right, let's take a look at our real-time travel conditions this morning. Good morning, Jordan.
Yeah, a lot to go over. Good morning, everyone. And the whole state of North Dakota this morning, red. I feel like I've just been saying this every day. We've been doing this. No travel advised for the entire state. In fact, even illegal to get on some of these roads here this morning. We are talking I-94 from West Fargo all the way to Dickinson, closed this morning. Also, I-29 from just south of Fargo to the South Dakota border, also closed this morning. We're taking a look. Highway 46 parallel to I-94, just south of it, closed this morning. Highway 220 this morning is also going to be closed. Highway 52 going out of Jamestown closed. Highway 2 in Devil's Lake also closed. And there's even more closures here on this map. They're for the western part of the state, so I'm not going to get into all of those, but there is a lot of issues going on. And then you see a bunch of these red exclamation points up on our map here this morning. That means there's an incident that's being reported on the road. Could be a stalled car, could be a car that spun out, could also just be a major drift that you're not going to be able to get through. So the DOT this morning in North Dakota is saying do not travel anywhere if you can. That's their recommendation right now, and no travel advisory here. Let's take a look in the state of Minnesota. On I-94 in Moorhead, it's telling Minnesota drivers, hey, watch out, you're not going to be able to get past Fargo because that road closed when we head into North Dakota. On the Minnesota side, still open though right now. What we're looking at is partially to fully covered from Moorhead all the way down to the Twin Cities here this morning. Highway 10 fully to partially covered. Mostly partially covered Highway 10 now. It looks like it's kind of improved a little bit there this morning from Hawley all the way to Motley, partially covered. Head up to the north toward Grand Forks, Thief River Falls. Highway 2 in Minnesota here fully covered with snow on those roads, and that's kind of the case for much of the area. We want to get a check of those power outages that folks have this morning as well. Currently, the state of North Dakota, 1,020 customers without power. It looks like Barnes and Stutzman counties are the ones that are getting hit pretty hard with some power outages here this morning. And we want to take a look. The state of Minnesota really getting walloped with those power outages. Lisa mentioned to us that's where the low is stationed this morning. So some nasty weather going throughout the entire state. Here you can see the Arrowhead is where it's really difficult there for people to regain power. 34,000 customers in the state of Minnesota without power right now this morning. So we're going to check those power outages and those current conditions on the road maps throughout the morning right here on the Valley today. Ashlyn?
All right, thank you for that real-time update. Well, you may have heard the snowplows overnight. They've been going full blast through the evening to clear the many inches of snow that ended up falling. Our very own Kellen Harmon is live this morning in a Fargo neighborhood, joining us with a check of those conditions currently. Hey there, Kellen.
Good morning, Ashlyn. Yeah, we're here at a Fargo neighborhood where it's snowing pretty lightly. The snow has changed completely differently from how it was Wednesday. It's like a very fine powder, just kind of like floating through the air. It's not like that wet, heavy cement that was falling a couple days ago. So that is nice for anyone who is walking out and seeing what conditions are like. And as you can see here, this sidewalk, this was, I would guess, shoveled out pretty well, at least yesterday. But from these gusts and this light snow, you can see how it's all just drifting in. And in the last couple of days, it seems like each day you wake up and everything's been undone and you got to go out there and get right back to it. And as you can see, the nicest thing, one second, the nice thing is that it's not, like I said, it's not as heavy as that cement. So in your sidewalks where it's a little lighter, you won't have too much of a tough time getting it all out there. But if you have, if you're on the corner, you got these sidewalk slots, or if you have a driveway from the plows coming through, you are going to have these harder, heavier chunks here, and this is where you're going to want to take it easy, because some people can actually have heart attacks while they're shoveling this heavy snow for extended periods of time, especially, oh, I almost blew my back, especially if you're living a more sedentary lifestyle and you shock your system like that. So be a little careful if you're taking it from 0 to 100. I know we're all excited to get our sidewalks all in tip-top shape, but you also want to be careful because there's also some pretty darn slippery ice hidden under here. It's a silent killer here. I almost tore my ACL walking into this sidewalk here, so you definitely want to be careful as you get yourself prepared for your morning and hitting the road. Reporting live in Fargo, Kellen Harmon, back to you guys.
Yeah, Kellen, that's why it's important to make friends with the guy who has the snowblower today. Then you don't have to do as much of that. But Kellen, thank you.
He's like, where's that guy right now?
Yeah, really.
It's been a crazy week for school closings and switch-ups across the valley, but things are beginning to look a little closer to normal. More than 70 districts have checked in with us overnight, about half saying they're starting a few hours late today, so be mindful of those delays. Yeah,
that includes West Fargo, DGF, Wahpeton, Kindred, Grand Forks, and East Grand Forks, along with Crookston. Now, West Fargo is not even running any rural buses today. There are a lot more school closures or cancellations happening today. Virtual learning days as well. Scrolling at the bottom of your screen, you'll find that information. Also on your VNL News app, or even check in with your school. Well, check your fuel supply if you own a snowblower, which those will come in handy today. Ahead here on the Valley today, we have what one mechanic says is the #1 reason you might be having difficulty with the machine.
And we've been talking about it all week. Up next, weather to plan out your Friday, look ahead to your weekend, and get prepared for next week. We'll be right back.